All right, welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He's a master mooch.
And today we are trying Springbank. It's the 15-year Campbelltown single malt. I have nothing to say about this.
Yeah, yeah, I'm all out.
Yeah. They tapped this well dry.
You finally ran out of things to say.
I ceased being witty like 15 episodes ago.
I didn't want to say anything, but now that you brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for me to be here.
We're taking applications for mooch position.
Yeah, obviously my wardrobe choice is just getting weird.
All right, let's drink some whiskey. All right, we're going back to Scotland. Campbelltown.
Springbank.
Springbank is a Campbelltown distillery, one of three. The other two are Glen Scotia and Kilkerran, which I also have. Springbank makes 3 whiskeys. Long Grow, twice distilled. Springbank, 2.5 times distilled. And Hazelburn, 3 times distilled and unpeated. Springbank I describe as a you or Scotch whiskey.
This doesn't smell that aggressive.
No, this is the 15, so it's a
Okay.
little friendlier. So the sherry barrel.
Getting a little smoke in
Yeah, now I will tell you that a lot of people who are unused to the heavy smoke and medicinal iodine notes of Campbelltown whiskeys, they're not going to go to the website. If you go to the website and read Springbank, they're like, oh, notes of cinnamon and honey, and they do all these things, right? But if you're not used to the drama in Springbank, you're not going to taste any of that.
Sure.
All you're going to taste is this scotch is trying to kill me.
So you become acclimated to
Yes.
the big, loud, aggressive.
If you can acclimate to the screw you or scotch, then you'll start to get the nuances.
Well,
I love Springbank
just
Distillery.
Just on the smell, I'm getting a little bit of smoke, but I'm getting a lot more.
Sherry and iodine.
Iodine, and then I'm getting a little vanilla in there.
Now, if you taste it, you'll also get wet Band-Aid.
That's what I look for.
I love it.
It's my go-to.
I love it. I think I just saw your boys walking down the path over there.
Yeah, my kids are here. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
No, this
Either your shirt just whiffed my way,
my shirt,
or I got some citrusy apple
my
notes
shirt
in
has
here.
bag funk. It's a new shirt is in a plastic bag in a hot car.
It totally smells like plastic bag.
No, this after it sits in the mouth, it unfolds into a few different things.
Oh, so good.
What is?
I do get some weird citrusy, appley notes in there. Raisins. Nuts.
No,
Some kind of nuts.
Citrus. You know what? It's not Tangelos. What are those little tiny orange things? Citrus thing?
Mandarin?
No, it's not mandarin.
Those are the little
Those
bit
are
bigger.
the golf ball size things. These
Yeah.
are
I
little
didn't know that there was a little one.
Yeah, no, there's little tiny things. It's a citrus. It's not a Tangelo.
But it is citrus, which is weird. Oh, look, you're going to Google it.
Call brandy.
He's calling his wife.
I'm totally getting this. I'm
Okay.
totally getting this.
Okay.
All right.
What do we do while we talk to your wife?
I don't know. Present some.
Tell her we said hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carry on without me.
Springbank is a 5th generation distillery. One of the only ones in Campbelltown that is actually still in the same family that started it, which is pretty damn cool if you think about it. And actually, Springbank is one of the only distilleries in Scotland from which every single part of the process of making whiskey happens on site. Every part. And one of the only ones like that is Killoman.
Kumquats.
Kumquats!
Yes.
You taste kumquat.
Oh yeah, totally. Kumquats.
I have never had one, so I can't answer this question.
They're not amazing. In the combination in this whiskey, it's nice. You get there's like Band-Aid and kumquats. And it doesn't sound like a nice whiskey. A little bit of smoke.
It's sherry, though. I mean, all the things that sherry brings to the table, there's a lot of it in this whiskey.
Yeah, I am getting some floral notes in here, and to me, this is one of those whiskeys where you get a little bit of smoke in there, a little bit of peatiness, and floral, and it doesn't feel like it's unmarried.
Yeah.
It feels like this is one cohesive, well blended whiskey, and there's very different flavors going on, but it doesn't feel like you just mix together something sweet and something smoky, and they're not really merged that well.
Okay, I'm going to explain something about brain psychology. So sip your whiskey. So
I hate learning.
That's true. He does.
And yet I'm so smart.
Okay, so the thing about if you're not used to anything that has a dominant flavor, then your first encounter with that is always going to be the dominant flavor. Really? I'm talking, but I still need some whiskey.
It's not like you don't have other whiskeys. We need to save that. No. You were teaching people. You just walk away.
You interrupted me.
I did nothing.
Okay, I'm going to get my own whiskey. Hang on a second. I'm going to go with Springbank 18.
How easily you are derailed.
Yeah, that's actually kind of true. I'm sensory disorders. Okay, so anyway, say if you are not used to coffee, your first sip of coffee is just going to taste bitter, and people are going to say things like, "Oh, it tastes like I can tell the difference between Colombian coffee and Nicaraguan coffee. Colombian coffee has more nutty notes, and and then your first sip is going to be like, no, that's just tastes bitter." And like crap, give me something nice and friendly tasting.
Yeah.
So same thing goes with any sound, right? If you don't have little kids and you go over to someone's house who has little kids and the kids are loud and noisy, all you're going to be distracted by is, oh my God, the noise. And the two parents sitting on the couch, they don't hear it at all.
So
they're just going to be like, no, what noise?
I'll tell you what, since I've become a parent, the nightmare scenarios on a plane and you're sitting next to a crying kid. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore.
It's not there. I'm
it's
so
like crying
numb.
baby? Yeah, no, that's called normal.
Bring it.
Because he has a new baby,
that's
so
my,
he knows.
That's my white noise.
Yeah, exactly. It's like instead of buying an ocean machine,
soothing.
You just have a crying baby in the background. And so I think that the people who are critiquing Springbank and saying, oh, it's just overwhelmingly smoky iodine and none of those subtleties are in there.
Man,
well, they're wrong. But
wait a minute, we're supposed to be on snuff.
Yeah. But this is
our
not
true
snobby.
colors come through.
I should say. Okay, let me say this. They're right as far as what they're tasting.
Right.
But there are nuances back there. It just means that they haven't lived in that world of dominant flavors of Campbelltown whiskeys.
They haven't had
enough.
children screaming at them long enough to become numb.
And if you live in Campbelltown for a while, you'll start to, it just kind of opens up and you get all these weird subtleties behind what would be overwhelming flavor profiles. And that's why I love smoky whiskeys, because I've gotten past the aggression.
Right.
And I find the nuance. Now, remember, the downside of that is once you've gone down that road, it's hard to imagine what it's like to not be there. Yeah. And so you can forget that when you're describing all these subtleties, there's probably a lot of people in the room who aren't getting those things.
So it's like the curse of knowledge, but with
it is absolutely
flavors in whiskey. Yeah,
absolutely.
Again, I'm just so knowledgeable.
Full
circle.
I'm drinking the 18 right now.
We came full circle. What do you just... You know what? This is
I went from the 15 to the 18.
So low.
It is actually. We do need to empty that.
Yeah.
One of our commenters. Jason Cage, new commenter.
Wait.
Don't read the whole thing.
Shut the hell up. I'm the commenter reader.
He's the it's his claim to fame.
There's no reason for me to be here. I have nothing to say. This is my one job.
Just sex appeal. That's all he brings to the table.
With my pink shirt.
With a pink shirt.
Great vid, guys. Thanks. Here's a question. Tailing on the freezer talk. Is it a good idea or bad idea? Are there advantages or disadvantages to keeping a whiskey in a decanter versus keeping it in its original bottle? I got a fancy decanter, wedding gift, blah, 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 blah. He's seeing some condensation collecting at the top of the decanter. Am I screwing up the dilution? Should I just swish it around from time to time?
Okay, so the first answer is yes, you're probably screwing up the whiskey. And I only say that because you said you're seeing condensation at the top of the bottle, and that's not a good sign.
Now, for us to make sure, you need to send it in.
Yeah.
We'll test it.
So, and then I'm going to tell you a little piece of advice that I use at my house. But what I will say is the only downside of decanters is the enemy of whiskey getting old too fast is two things: air and temperature. Right? That's it. Now, decanters, even though they seal, because if they're a good crystal decanter, they're fitted. So they do seal, but they're not near as accurate a seal as a full cork or a synthetic cork or a screw top, right? That's a true seal. A decanter is sort of a seal, but like a loose seal. And if you're sloppy about putting it in, it may, just be open partially.
Sure.
That becomes a problem.
So a decanter is ideal if regularly you're going to have people coming to this thing.
My vote is if you plan on finishing that whole thing in 2 months, you're fine.
Okay.
Right? Or less. 2 months or less, you're fine. Now, the other problem with a lot of decanters is people will put them up high because they look pretty. And what you're doing is you're putting them in the hottest part of your house.
Yeah, heat rises.
Yeah, and that may be why you're getting condensation. I have no idea where you're keeping your bottles. But if you're getting condensation, then you're having a temperature differential between the liquid and the air outside.
Right.
Right? Which is the same thing when you get in your car and you turn the heat on to defrost. Right? You're getting a temperature differential. That's not a good sign. That means something's wrong. Now, it probably didn't ruin it, but it probably changed it. And if I were you, I'd just drink that bottle as fast as I could. Right? Call your friends, empty the bottle.
We've turned a corner and we're suggesting you drink as hard and as fast as you possibly can.
Funnels included. Now, here's something I do at my house. I have 3 decanters that my wife gave me for my birthday, and they're all really amazing decanters. I mean, these are not cheap decanters. They were great gifts. One of them is even modeled after a decanter that Benjamin Franklin had.
Right.
Right? So, here's what I do. I have them all filled, and I have one with bourbon, one with Irish whiskey, and one with scotch.
As the good Lord intended.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I only put in there budget whiskey. $30 or less.
Yeah.
Right?
No, because you can find some good stuff.
Because my decanter is the whiskey I want to move through quickly. Right? And if you get a $100 bottle, you're not going to want to burn through it quickly, right? So my fancy bottles, I keep them in the bottle. And if they get down to a fourth, I will actually move them into a different container that's smaller and less air, and then screw it back on again, right? Now, so what happens when my friends come over is this. I get our glasses, I get a fancy bottle of whiskey, I pour us all a legitimate pour of fancy whiskey, then I put that bottle away, and then I bring the decanter to the table, and we can go through half a decanter in one night, and it only cost me $15.
So you set the tone of being a very generous host.
Yeah.
And then... All right, you guys.
Totally.
Here, no, this is good too. Don't worry.
Yeah, because it's in a fancy decanter.
Right.
So you can get away with pouring anything out of a fancy decanter, and people are like, "Oh, that's nice."
The only reason I know what a decanter is from episodes of Mad Men.
Yeah.
They went through a lot of scotch.
So just remember, the decanter is fancy enough. No need to put fancy whiskey into it as well, unless you plan on drinking it all in a couple of nights or an event or something like a party. Right, then it's kind of cool. But you're going to want to get it out of that decanter within a month or 2.
So the 15 and the 18, both fantastic. Springbank. Love it.
All right. I think we're good.
Yeah. I'm not going to do the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, till tomorrow, may your crazy stay this side illegal.
You do it.
And may you return before we have time to miss you.
I changed my mind. I want to do it.
Okay. You want to just start again?
No.
I feel like I'm on an episode of Sesame Street with
comments,
an annoying puppet.
Your comments are fantastic.
Yes, we will always include comments. So if we like them.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.